Hi, Krisha.
Hi, Frank.
It's the Krisha and Frank Show.
Woohoo! We're back at it again.
Well, this works out pretty well. I mean, I almost want to give away the secret of how it's done.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I'm home alone. You're home alone.
Yeah.
I'm in Knox County. You're in Sevier County.
Yep.
I'm talking to a camera and hoping that it works.
Same. I see that mine's rolling, and I tested my audio before we started. So
Great.
Yeah. And we're on the phone.
Yeah, and then I hear you on this earbud in my phone. And then the whole secret is when you send me your video, I just slap them up side by side on for the YouTube version. And I think it worked pretty well with Wednesday's episode.
I think so, but that's why I have two different headphones in. I've got one going to my phone and one going to my camera.
Oh, okay. So one is you're recording your voice for everyone, and the other is just for me to hear.
It's just for you.
So you can whisper sweet nothings into that microphone that no one...
Do you think anybody can hear this?
I hope not. I hope nobody can hear that.
I'm sorry I was late. I was pooping.
Well, that was my excuse yesterday, so we're even now.
Cool. That's
Wednesday,
awesome.
whenever it was. So I guess we'll post this on Friday is the plan. Well, I know you've been super busy with work. We talked about that on Wednesday's show.
Right, but I'm not busy enough to plug KrishaandFrank.com.
Thank you. That's where I was exactly headed with this. We have the website, and we paid money for it, so we may as well get some use out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We post the episodes there. You can see all the YouTube versions of our episodes there. Of course, obviously, you can also listen on audio podcast apps if you choose, like my friend Dean does over there in England. He listens at 5 a.m. his time, which is midnight our time. And you can also, in the upper right-hand corner of KrishaandFrank.com, click on the merch tab. Oh, pardon me, I'm so thirsty, Krisha. Let me take a sip from this nice, clean coffee mug.
Well, I'm taking a sip from a mug that is not a Krisha and Frank mug, but I'll have you know. You left
yours here at the office.
I did. I'll have you know, I'm getting ready to order some more for myself. So.
Oh, good. And the fabulous pint glasses. I have to get those for Jerry.
Yes,
maybe they'll give them to me for Father's Day or for my birthday. That might be something.
You know how that happens.
Yeah.
But all the things, and also Amazon Music.
That is our newest affiliate marketing deal, and I know that you love the tunes.
I was just listening to some music before we started doing this.
And I'm more specific. I want to hear a specific song at a specific time. That's what Amazon Music is all about, because whatever song you think of, you can ask your Amazon Echo to play it. Or if you have the app on your phone, you don't have to have an Alexa to play Amazon Music. You can get it right on your phone, which works, by the way, in your my Apple CarPlay in the car. Now
that I have my fancy new car, I am able to tell my Amazon Music to play songs, and it is awesome. It makes me so happy.
So if you would use our URL, which is beautifully displayed across the bottom, getamazonmusic.com, Krisha and Frank, I forgot to say slash, getamazonmusic.com / Krisha and Frank. Use that, and also the link is in the description below. That helps us out, and you get to try it for free for 30 days. And sometimes when you pop on that, they say they extend it a little bit. Check that out and try it for 30 days, and then make a decision. It's completely yours to keep or not keep after that.
Yeah, and I love it. You'll love it too. I love it.
Oh, I know the Rocket Brothers absolutely love it. They drive each other crazy asking for songs, because Charlie and Timmy, or Charlie mainly, is asking for children's songs. Baby Shark or whatever the latest fad is.
Right.
And Timmy's kind of in the middle between that and the classic rock that Artie likes. And of course, Artie wants to be the boss, so he'll always want to get in his Bon Jovi or his Guns N' Roses or whatever it is that Mom and Dad have introduced him to.
We got to get him. I was just listening to Jackson Browne. Got to get him on some Jackson Browne.
Oh, wow.
Some Bob Seger.
Yeah, he probably would he likes the up-tempo stuff, and both of those guys also have up-tempo songs. Yeah, all right, that'd be all right.
Speaking of Artie Rocket, you were telling me the other day about that they're coming to visit.
Yeah, my birthday is coming up, so we're going to have a little get-together. And they told Artie, I guess they told all the boys, but of the three of them, and Lucy's only a year, of them, Artie got the most excited because as soon as they said, "Hey, we're going to Tennessee in a couple of weeks for Grandpa's birthday," he immediately said, "Oh, good. Well, then we can go to Titanic Museum Attraction and we can go to Rocky Top Mountain Coaster."
Yeah.
And he named a few of the other places that you and I have visited for.
So he wants to go to all the See More Smokies places.
So I'm thinking, well, that's great. But I actually had an idea. I mean, as much as, and if he wants to go to Rocky Top Mountain Coaster, that was so good. I can understand why he would want to go to that. But I know that on our to-do list of other See More Smokies locations, we're going through the website trying to visit everybody who's on that website.
Right.
There's a few more mountain coasters, so I can probably take him to one of those.
I'm going to have to tell you.
Make an episode out of it.
The Rowdy Bear, because it's right across from where I work.
There's two Rowdy Bears. There's the one in Gatlinburg, and the one that's near you is called Rowdy Bear Ridge in Pigeon Forge,
yes,
right?
Okay. It is really cool. It's really, really cool.
Is it the one where you dangle and shoot lasers?
You don't dangle. It's more like a coaster. It's actually like a roller coaster where you shoot lasers. Then there's the power coaster, which is just super fast. And they also have axe throwing. But here's what the best thing is, and we have to go here, Frank. Okay. They're snow tubing, and I say snow tubing with quotation marks, but it's just tubing. And their tubing hill is insane. It's so
like
crazy.
Clark Griswold has covered it with some sort of breakfast cereal polymer.
Exactly.
to make it slide downhill.
There's a restaurant right next door called the Local Goat, and you can be in the Local Goat parking lot and watch people go down this hill, and it's crazy town. Absolute crazy town. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, you and I will go there because it's close to your work, so we can do it on a day when you have a late call time. I'll zip over, we'll film the episode, and then you go to work. That sounds good.
Yeah. But, and I mean, that could be an idea for Artie Rocket, too. Yes,
plus all the other fun things we can do in and around, not just the Smokies, but here. Well, they'll want to play in the pool. And I was also telling Uncle Frank, which is Frank Jr., about this stuff, and he got pretty psyched about some of these.
That's awesome.
So he starts going through See More Smokies. I said, pick one, and we'll go there, and I'll bring the camera, and I'll get an episode out of it. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
He stopped on the one where they have the alcohol-infused milkshakes, or the milkshakes that are have liquor in them.
I saw that place the other day.
Buzzed Bull
crazy.
Creamery.
Yes. It sounds amazing. Like, you can't go without me. Well, I mean, you can.
Well, you can, Krisha, what's the name of the show? You get to call dibs. You call dibs. Anyone that I have to save for just you, I will do that. And if there's any that you're like, well, you can take, you can take Frank or Megan or Artie or whomever, then we're good with those too.
Well, I have to tell you, I am $70 richer, kind of.
Well, congratulations to you. What happened?
Thank you.
There's all this hard work. They gave you a bonus at work, maybe?
No. I was in the Walgreens parking lot over here in Sevierville in between shows because that's where I go to buy lunch. It's the truth.
Is it a good Walgreens that has the Kroger in it?
It is. It is.
So it's not because now we have the preconceived notion of going to Walgreens to buy lunch, and you think, but now when they have the Kroger in there, you can get a salad or a hard-boiled egg or any number of things that
they've got sandwiches. They've got a whole little produce thing where you can get fruit. I was
all right. So that's not as bad as getting circus peanuts and
some Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I was thinking, what is that beef jerky that's spicy? Slim Jim?
Oh, I like that. Oh, the jalapeno beef jerky. But I was at the Walgreens buying my lunch, and I came walking out, and I see on the ground a piece of paper, and it's someone's detritus, someone's trash, detritus, and I I voucher, and I was like, huh. So I just picked it up.
Or as we say en français, voucher.
All right. Since I'm voucher. But as I'm totally vaccinated, I wasn't too worried about catching the COVID from picking up somebody's trash.
That's how it's transmitted. I'm pretty sure I saw some kind of research.
What are you doing out there picking up trash?
It was the Walgreens in Wuhan is where it all originated,
So I picked it up. It's a $70 voucher to Cherokee.
Oh, no
the casino.
That's but that's not nearby. That's in North Carolina.
Yeah, but it's like an hour and 10 minutes away.
Well, that's
so
true,
obviously,
because for you, for me, it would be 2 hours and 10 minutes away.
Right. So obviously someone had been there and is traveling through here. But the cool thing is it expires in 60 days from the day I found it, because it had been issued that very day. So I have
Good
60
golly.
days to go spend $70. But then I thought, is this some kind of weird casino marketing ploy?
That is brilliant.
To just drop vouchers
What you do
on the
is
ground?
they partner with the helicopter tours.
Yep. And you just disperse them randomly, and then you get people over there, give them a free $70 that they're going to lose in one play, and then they end up spending $300.
And also, what are they know odds, right? Because it's a casino. So you can
Right.
sprinkle as many, they know exactly how many $70 vouchers they could sprinkle from the air, and only a fraction of them are going to ever get redeemed.
Exactly.
Doesn't cost them $70 each for each voucher, probably.
Nope.
Probably
Oh,
averages
they'll
out
make
to
so much
$1.
money.
Yeah, by the time,
Yeah.
Probably of the 70 vouchers they drop, one gets redeemed. So basically, it costs them, $1 per voucher. That's fantastic.
Well, they roped me in.
I'm
so
making all this up. This is just,
Yeah.
sheer conjecture on my part.
They roped me in, so now I've got to plan a trip, which I'll never be able to do. But they roped me in. So if it's getting to like the 30-day mark, I'll give it to you and Jerry, and you guys can go gamble at the casino.
Who else kind of plays the odds is life insurance companies. They're gambling.
Yes,
that
you have to tell me about that.
Yeah, they're gambling on me to stay alive, so that they don't have to pay.
We have to talk about the Middleburg Barn.
We shall
We
indeed.
should.
So I'll mention teasing because now we're at the break here. But my friend Maureen is just so delightful. She's got her barn up there in Middleburg, Virginia. Fox Chase Farm is the horse farm where they have horse shows and things.
Right.
But because they're in the hunt country of Northern Virginia, and right in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, with the rustic luxury, 40 miles outside D.C.,
Yeah.
25 minutes from Dulles Airport, you can do anything there, Krisha.
2020 wedding wire voted like by couples that's just the thing is, we're at that place where we can have weddings now. We can invite people to things. We can have private parties. So themiddleburgbarn.com.
Yeah, they're still using the ultraviolet disinfectant light. That's permanent, to clean the HVAC air. But
Right.
the middleburgbarn.com has got these pictures of the 35-foot ceilings, and that's where you can see that,
And
what
the
you mentioned, that
swans.
Couples Choice Award from Wedding Wire. That's, the swans, Fred and Ginger.
I'm doing swan arms. You can't see me, but I'm doing swan arms.
Well, I can hear them. I can hear
you?
these. Oh, yes, they sound so,
Yeah.
so graceful,
Yeah.
so elegant.
They are. Yeah.
So if you are anywhere in the D.C. area, check out the Middleburg Barn, or if it's something where you just want to go there and have a destination wedding, they're a 25-minute drive from Dulles Airport, and it's just a great place to go visit. I mean, I've told you before, Krisha, that's where JFK used to go for the weekends.
Right,
That was
right.
his weekend getaway, to drive out from the White House. And not just him, there's all sorts of, former Olympians, horse jumping Olympians who live out
Right.
there. And, just people who like that country lifestyle but want to be still close to D.C. And we understand the country lifestyle from here, of course, in Tennessee. You want the rolling hills, you want the extra space,
yeah.
you want to be able to, maybe go for a ride somewhere and not necessarily bump into 100 people.
Right. Yeah, so themiddleburgbarn.com. Tell Maureen we said hey when you
And you
call
could-
her and book your
Yeah.
destination wedding.
Maureen's phone number is area code 540-687-5255.
I almost have that memorized. And by almost, I mean not at all.
I don't have it at all. I've got it. The text I sent you, I have it up on my screen, so I looked at
good.
it also.
That works. I started, I picked my phone up to look at it, and then I was like, Frank's got it.
I got it. Of course I got it.
I trust him. Okay, so life insurance, they're betting on you to stay alive?
Which is nice, a nice feeling.
It is.
I've always had life insurance because I've always had a full-time job. From the
Right.
time, I mean, really, I think I had my first full-time job in radio was before I graduated college. I had finished the school at the December. I was technically a December graduate, but the ceremony was in May. But I start
Right.
working full-time at 105 WAVA in I was already part-time when I finished classes, and I started working full-time, I think, in February of that year, right? So I'm already working full-time before I even graduate college officially.
Right.
And they give you life insurance. It's automatic. The company, so they probably get a cut if you drop dead. So from that point forward, when I'm 22 years old, I always had some kind of life insurance because I had jobs, or I never, actually now that I'm thinking about it, the periods I did have of unemployment, I don't know what I did about life insurance. Either I was on Jerry's or it carried over, you get the Cobra or whatever.
Some places, like, you can carry it over.
Right, but I never really worried about it or thought about it until more recently, now that I'm Mr. 1099.
Right.
I am, all the current gigs I have are independent contractor gigs.
Yes.
So I have to send invoices to, like East Tennessee PBS or to Lake FM so I can get paid. I don't really work for them. I work for me.
A contract employee, yeah.
And as we're talking about it, I think what happened was Jerry made a joke on Facebook because you and I were doing one of our adventures. We were doing something, and I don't even remember. I don't think it was a mountain coaster. But it might have been. It might have been that.
We talked about it in a previous episode because your daughter kept getting onto you.
Right.
Because we were talking about. It was the one time we were talking about going on helicopters too.
Yes. So it occurs to. So anyway, Megan writes his joke that says, "Are you kidding? Or do you really not have life insurance?" Now, I'll remind you that my daughter is an HR specialist.
Right.
She runs the HR department, or is the second in command for an HR department at a small city. And so she knows all about all this stuff. She's dealing with, benefits and everything every day. And I said, I technically don't have one since I got fired from that radio station.
Yeah.
So
Frank.
I started looking into it, and frankly, I thought it was too expensive. I didn't think it was worth it.
Of course you did.
And I'm looking, because there's term
I'm not
life,
worth that much.
there's whole life, there's term life, and I've been shopping around. Anyway, I finally called somebody who I know and trust, and they said, well, here, let's work it up. And the rate they've quoted me, and I'm waiting to hear if I got that rate or not, but the rate they quoted me, I thought, Jerry and I looked at it and said, you know what, we can afford that.
Okay.
And it's not the most, I don't have the most coverage in the world. People are trying to upsell me, telling me that I need to cover the entire mortgage of this house so that Jerry can live here forever. And I said, well, that's what we got to do, Jerry. I got to get this enough life insurance. And she's like, no. She's like, just get me enough to get a year. Just get me through the year. I'll sell as soon as you're dead, I'm selling the house and moving to wherever they go to have big parties. I don't know.
Right.
So she's not worried about it. So so that's what we did. We got a more reasonable policy, but I can afford it. Now, nevertheless, I'm still racing to get it done before my next birthday because I think my next birthday might be a rate changer. So I wanted to get it done. So I thought, so even after finally procrastinate, one day I just said, I got to do it. So I call up. And it happened so fast because the guy gives me the rate quote still held. And he said, you have to answer these questions about your health. Do you smoke? And they want to know about your daredevil activities, if you are a pilot or if you go, whatever, extreme sports, mountain climbing.
Right. Yeah.
Did you have to do this too?
I just went through it with the job. Now that I have insurance, I just went through it because they have life insurance as well. And I just went through it. And every time I add something at work, I have to add it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you do stunts at work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not.
No.
No. Oh, wow.
You do stunts at home.
Well, I have to be more careful. Yeah, I was out weed whacking the other day, but and that's going fine, by the way. No danger there.
Good.
But
good.
The next thing you have to do in this insurance process, of course, is they want to know not only have you filled out the questionnaire that you don't smoke or that you don't drink very much, how little. There's actually there was no answer on there for the amount of that I drink because I was trying to find. I occasionally go to moonshine tastings with Krisha and do a bunch of thimbles.
Have to sit in my car for 20 minutes to make sure I'm good after thimbles.
I'm trying to find that because they want to know. Most people, it's like, do you have 2 drinks a day? I'm like, no. How many do you have a week? I'm like, less than 1 because on average, I don't. But I'm trying to find that number. I can't say I don't have any at all because then they'll bust me for that. Well, then
I mean, you pretty much are a non-drinker. Like yeah.
So the most interesting thing of the whole, for me, was the actual physical. They want me to actually get physically examined.
Uh-huh.
So it involves several tests. Like they tell you it's going to be a blood test. Mm-hmm. But they ask you when you're available. And I said, well, and they wanted to know, like, the next day. Can we come tomorrow? I'm like, what do you mean? So they're coming to the house tomorrow. They came here.
Yeah. That's what they did with me, too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I guess
they came to your house.
So I thought it was like maybe a COVID thing that they do, because they said, make sure you have your mask on. And she said, no, actually, no. Since the last time you got insurance,
they come to your house.
I used to have to go to like LabCorp. When every time the radio station changed ownership, we had to go give another urine test.
Yep.
And
God.
So they don't tell you that they're going to do a urine test. She gets here, and I say, I'm sorry, I really have to go to the bathroom before we start. She says, no, stop, right there, stop. I'm like, what? She says,
they need to know your habits.
She says, let me get the cup. So I have to do. So they give me the cup, and I'm like, oh, this is so weird, because I've only ever done a urine test in the room
in your house.
No, with the secret door. I've gone, and you have to, and they give you these like alcohol swabs, these wipes, and all this process. And it's disgusting. And she said, here, take this cup, but it was like a beaker. It had a little pour spout. Just take this.
It was like a beaker.
And go, and then I'm going to give you 2 test tubes, and then what you do is, one, in the bathroom, you're going to take this beaker and you're going to pour it in the test tubes. And then she wants to know the temperature, of course, of it when it comes out, to make sure I didn't, think ahead and have a urine stash in the bathroom, which I didn't even know they were going to ask. So I'm assuming that's why they didn't tell you.
Yeah.
And then, they want to take blood. And the thing is, I had just given blood at Medic the day before, so I had to do the other arm.
Oh.
But I was okay, because at Medic they only took my plasma. They didn't want my blood. So I do the blood test. That's going fine. Of course, the most embarrassing thing is when they measure your height and weight, because I guarantee that
I'm glad you said height and weight.
Because I'm shorter than I would like to be, and I weigh more than I would like to. So those are both fails.
It's like, I'm short. I weigh too much.
But I aced the blood pressure.
That's great.
And she's like, I'm going to take it 3 times. I'm like, yeah, you can take as many times as you want. Because she's looking at me, because, given my age and weight, you would assume that I have high blood pressure. But I don't. And
that's because you're active.
And I pulled out the sheet from the blood bank, and I said, look, I got the same blood pressure yesterday. Ha-ha, take that.
That's amazing. So does this mean that you are life insured?
Well, they haven't called. It's been almost a week, and I guess I should check. Because I made the first premium payment immediately. They take it immediately. You give them a credit card, and boom, you allegedly have coverage from that point. But if it turns out that I failed the physical, wouldn't fail it, they would just jack up the rate. They say, well, no, you're probably going to die sooner than 20 years, so
we're not taking our chances, bud.
We're going to raise your rates. If they raise the rate, I have the opportunity to cancel and find some other thing. But they probably would have mentioned that by now. I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I think you're safe.
I'm going to have to text the salesman or email them and say, hey, how did I do?
I want to know, did I pass fail? Oh, I miss you, Frank. We got to go.
Yeah, it is time. We've had a lovely episode. Thanks for listening to my personal anxiety.
I love the idea, because I know how awkward you are, of you awkwardly going into your bathroom and trying to figure it all out. And she's
sitting right here. The lady is sitting right here in your chair at the podcast pavilion.
You should have recorded an episode with her.
Her name is Paula, and she's looking around the house while I'm peeing, because I was in there a while, and she says, I noticed your microphone.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, let me tell you about it, Paula.
Oh, I'm sure that there was, oh, gosh. All right. Let's get out of here.
Thanks so much. If you want to hear great audio entertainment, we're talking audio books and any number of things. You can get one for free when you join Audible for 30 days. That's the free trial period. Whatever you download, you get one free download during that time period to keep forever. Of course, once you start signing up and paying for it, then you get more and more and more. How does that work? Like every month you get points?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Plus, there's
you get all the things.
The streaming audio you can hear. They do custom, made for Audible audio programming, plus podcast, plus whatever. Go to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank. And keep an eye out. My intention, Krisha, is that we'll post this episode we just did on Friday, which means that after today's recording, Jerry and I are headed out this afternoon to Carver's Apple Orchard. And,
that's going to be nice.
We'll try to get that episode turned around to post for you on Saturday morning on the See More Smokies deal.
Yeah, and I believe that I have some time coming up in the next few days that we can...
You did mention that after Memorial Day, after school let out, your theater schedule would become a little more routine instead of, crazy busy because you don't know how many who's coming, like during spring break or not coming.
Correct.
And now it's a little more...
Now it's summer and they just blanket, this is how much you're working, and it's a lot.
It's a little more, but it's more predictable. At least you can say, like in the past, it's been, I don't know my schedule until 5 o'clock tonight. Because honestly, with the way that they add shows, like I already know that, like, go ahead and assume every day is a 3-show day, and they're letting us know even more ahead of time 4-show days. Good.
We've already added 4th shows for next week.
You know why? Because you're in management now. It's more.
Well, am I, Frank?
I don't know. I haven't been there. How would I know?
Well, I will see you very, very soon, and I can't wait. And thank you.
Right. Thanks. All right, I appreciate it. It is the Krisha and Frank Show. KrishaandFrank.com is the website. We appreciate your watching and/or listening. Bye, Krisha.
Bye, Frank.